guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're in Mesa, Arizona, and we're driving a 2012 Camaro SS RS. And the trunk opening here, the trunk itself is very big. It goes way back, but the problem is the opening is very small. So like I play ice hockey, it would probably be tough to get my bag in here. If you play, somebody can comment if they could fit their golf clubs. Probably if you worm your way in, you could probably get it in. But again, tight, big trunk, but small opening. Okay guys, we're in a 2012 Camaro SS, and this car is female-owned V8 6-speed manual, and it's a 2012 model. So this has the LS3 engine, 426 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque. Made it to a 6-speed manual transmission. If you choose the automatic transmission for this car, you get the L99 engine, which has 400 horsepower, 410 foot-pounds of torque. This car also has the, well, let's start with the SS. This is actually a 2SS. So what the 2SS package gives you over the 1SS is you have leather, heated seats, you get the Boston acoustic sound system, you get the gauges that are down here, you'll see in the intro, a la the 69 Camaro. And this car also has the RS package, and the two main things that stand out to me on the RS package, you get the HID headlights, and all the wheels are 20-inch on this car, but you get the 5-spoke 20-inch wheels as part of the RS package. So brand new, this car was about $37,000. Marianne had bought it about 3 years ago for what, about $29,000? We looked it up, I think it was.
Yep,
29,000. How many miles were on it when you bought it?
16.7.
16.7. So right now you have 35,000. Probably doing this review, we're going to hit 36,000 because we're probably pretty close to it. I looked up values last night. So you bought it about 3 years ago for 29,000.
2 years.
2 years ago. Okay, so you've driven it. And now I looked up the values. They're probably still worth about $23,000. So really, that's the point to buy these cars used is let the new owner take the big depreciation hit. You've driven this car a couple years and it hasn't depreciated much at all. So enough talking. Let's go for a drive. So the one thing here, the stick shift, and I drove the 2010 Camaro. I don't think I drove a 2012, but I've driven the 2010, which was the first year for this Generation 5. I'll give you my Camaro history. I actually owned a third generation Camaro. I owned a 1984 Z28. So I owned this car a long time ago, and it was a very old car when I bought it. I paid like $4,300 for it. Unfortunately, it was modified, and it left me stranded so many times. But that wasn't the car's fault. It was the person who did it. The modifications are only as good as the person that did it. So
it's a Hurst shifter, a sunroof.
Oh yeah, it's a Hurst shifter. It has a sunroof. This car is a little bit like a tank. I feel, being 6 feet tall, a little claustrophobic. Looking out the windows here, I'm sure if you have it, you get used to it. Even setting up the camera, this windshield is, it seems short anyway, and it's such a steep incline. It was hard to even fit the camera here. But the sunroof certainly gives you, makes it less claustrophobic. And the stick shift reverses all the way up and to the left. Make a left? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
It's easy to shift. The clutch is a little heavy. Oh wow, this car has power, right? Mm-hmm. It sounds great. There's no There's no replacement for displacement, so it's a 6.2 liter LS3 motor. And the car handles really well. It's a heavier car. The weight on this car is 3,860. Of course, depending on how it's equipped is going to change that a little bit. But for its size, it actually handles very well. I love the rumble of this exhaust.
Yeah.
I mean, and this is a stock exhaust. This car has no modifications whatsoever. Now it's only going to be about 112 today, so we're doing this early. This truck's going to kick up all kinds of dust on us. The ride is pretty smooth. We're going over a bumpy road here. The camera's shaking a little bit because it's bumpy, but the ride inside is very smooth. It's probably smoother than most sports cars. And the brakes are really good on this car. This has Brembo brakes, so this car really stops on a dime. Now, since this is a 2012 model, it has some improvements over the 2010. First of all, this steering wheel that you've seen in the intro is a much nicer wheel. It doesn't have that big, thick, cartoonish wheel that they had in 2010. Also, the suspension was revised for 2012, so it handles much better. Not that the 2010 model was bad by any means. Same horsepower, still 426 horsepower, 420 foot-pounds of torque. Now, does this clutch roll back on hills?
Yes.
It does, okay. A lot of the newer cars now, it's got that brake assist that holds it for 2 seconds.
No, but yours has been an issue.
Yeah. Inside this car does feel a little bit like a tank. It's kind of closed in on you. I feel like the roof is close to my head, which I think it is. And I have the seat pretty far down, but
That's why I got the suffer.
yeah, I mean, that's what you know, you're paying for those looks, to have those great looks from the outside. There's some compromise on the inside. But I've only been driving this car 5 minutes, and I think I'm already getting used to it. Plenty of passing power on the highway. So this car's got a ton of power, a ton of torque everywhere along the rev range. It redlines about at 6,200 RPM approximately. The shifter, the Hurst shifter, has a real thick, I guess, shift knob. The brakes work really well, the Brembo brakes. It's a heavier car, so it takes, I think, about 110 feet, 60 to 0, give or take. We had a GoPro failure, so we'll be doing this with just the camera. Most impressive was the handling. When I first got in this car, maybe from the 2010 model, I was really expecting a muscle car, but this has a lot of sports car to it. The handling is much better than you think. You'll hear the sound on the drive-bys. I mean, the V8 rumble just sounds so good from outside the car. Inside the car, it's relatively quiet. There's a lot of road noise and tire noise that I hear. You could certainly put an exhaust on this car and make it really mean sounding. You'd hear it more, I think, from the inside. How do we turn the heads-up display on?
Oh, I turned it on earlier.
Oh, how do we turn it on?
Turn it right.
Okay, the heads-up display, hopefully this comes out on camera, I think is great. I had a 2002 Z06 that had a heads-up display, and once you have that, it really kind of spoils you. Oh, look at that Jaguar coming the other way, wow.
Oh, yeah.
But I love the heads-up display. It just shows that I see miles per hour. I don't see a tachometer or anything, but it's pretty cool to have that. Clutch is nice and easy. You can heel toe. I have a size 13 foot, and you can heel toe pretty easily with this car. On straight roads like this, you just want to go. Where I live in New Jersey, there's no straightaways. All the roads are turning. But here you can really flex some muscle, especially with the V8. Now, like I said, there are some compromises. Yeah, there are a lot of blind spots. You got this huge, thick A-pillar, huge and very thick C-pillar. So if you're trying to switch lanes, looking over your shoulder, you really see nothing. Back seat is pretty cramped. I'm 6 feet tall. They say you can fit back there. I don't know that I believe it. Certainly, you have to have no legs or small feet. You do feel a little bit like you're in a tank. Again, I've been driving this car probably 20 minutes, a half hour, and I'm already getting used to it. I just feel like it's kind of close to my head, the roof. So I think the sunroof, opening the sunroof probably helps with that. Camera shaking from the bumpy roads, but the suspension is soft. It actually feels great. I would even say it's you know, softer than most sports cars. Now this car takes premium fuel, right? Yeah. And what do you think? Do you know what you average in gas mileage? Not that anybody cares about gas mileage.
Honestly, I don't remember.
Okay. Well, I looked up online. There was a test from the 2010 Camaro on Motor Week, and they averaged a little over 20 miles to the gallon, which I think is great. Oh, here's some turns where we can really exercise. Wow, look at this. Great scenery. This car handles great on these roads. You know, maybe in a real tight 180-degree turn, you would feel the heat. I'm sorry, you'd feel the weight. It's hot out here, so I'm saying the heat. But you would feel the weight. But on these sweepers, on these you know, 50, 60 mile an hour roads, you feel a little. I felt the weight there a little bit. Nothing beats rear wheel drive stick shift V8. That's my favorite combination for a car. Here's some turns coming up. And with the torque, you could really just leave it in gear. You don't necessarily have to. I'm in third gear right now. Plenty of power, plenty of acceleration. If I was in a small, you know, 4-cylinder turbo, I'd probably have to be downshifting to second for all these turns. With this car, you could just leave it in third and you got plenty of power. And even on a, you know, 112-degree day, this car is running very cool. here, our upshift to fourth. Nice easy gear change. Yep. Whee! Whoa! Now you came, your car before this was?
Ultima.
An Ultima?
2010, yeah.
And that was a stick shift too? Or
no,
the one?
No. I had the 2 cars before. I had Ultima stick shift sedan. It was a 4-cylinder. And
Okay.
both of them were 4 cylinders.
Right.
So I did have a stick previous.
So one was stick previous,
Yeah.
yeah. But that was front wheel drive, so a whole different
Yes.
world with a
Oh,
rear
yes.
drive stick
I
shift.
can feel the push and the torque from the back.
Yep.
Smooth ride. Love it. Handles amazing on the turns. Very,
Yeah.
very smooth.
It really does. I'm really impressed at how well this 2012 Camaro handles.
I can feel the heaviness and I can feel the weight on it.
Yeah, you definitely can feel the weight. Here's a more of a sweeping turn. Now we're in fourth gear. Still have a ton of power. You do feel the weight, but for this kind of weight, the handling is very, very good. And these Brembo brakes really stop you. Again, it's going to go. It's going to take a little longer to stop because of the weight, say, than say a lighter sports car. Now you cross-shopped this car with what? What was your second choice if you didn't buy a Camaro?
Jeep Cherokee.
A Jeep Cherokee.
Let's weigh it out. Jeep Cherokee or a Camaro.
They're very, very similar choices. I'm sure a lot of people cross-shop Camaros with Jeep Cherokees. Shifter's a little notchy. I mean, the shifts on the most part are short. Like I said, the shift knob is very thick. It's a little different if you're used to, say, a BMW shift knob or even a Mustang shift knob. Very easy to heel toe. We just downshifted to third. And this car is really at home with the sweepers. I mean, it's really going to come down to driving skill, but you could be very competitive with this car. To me, the only thing this car is missing is probably a loud exhaust. I know you probably don't want it to be any louder, but to me, it can never be loud enough. You can never have enough horsepower, you can never have enough torque, you can never have enough loud. Now you do see the hood scoop in front of you, which is pretty cool. You may have to get used to that if you're not used to a hood scoop. Changing lanes can be a challenge, like I said, for the blind spots. You can't really fit adults in the back seat. I mean, I guess you could. I know people do. I know you do. But I wouldn't want to sit back there. Oh yeah, it's a great road. I mean, unfortunately, the GoPro, I think it's just the battery died. Either that or it melted from the extreme heat. And again, now we're in fourth gear, plenty of torque for these turns. You couldn't do this in a 2-liter engine on a European car, that's for sure. So now third gear, plenty of power, 4,000 RPM. Road's a little bumpy here, but the camera's shaking from the bumpy road, but this car is real smooth. It feels smooth inside the car. I'm running out of water, so we're going to have to end this review soon. Look at this beautiful scenery. We don't get this back in New Jersey. Wow. Yeah, the suspension is very composed. We're going over some of these dips. You do feel the weight on these up and down transitions, or when you first turn in. I wouldn't call the turn in razor sharp, but it definitely holds the road and loves these sweeping turns. These Brembo brakes make a huge difference. This car really stops. I mean, it is maybe a little longer stopping distance. Like I said, probably about 110 feet I've seen on road tests. I think Motor Week tested this car in 2010. I don't know for sure if that was the Brembos or not. So you do feel the weight when you stop. But still plenty of power. All right, guys, this is the end of our video review of the 2012 Camaro SS RS. This 6-speed manual is great. This got so much horsepower and torque on these Arizona roads. It's really almost the perfect car for these roads. So definitely the fact that you can pick these up even in the low 20,000s is really a performance deal. 426 horsepower, 6-speed manual, rear drive. You can't beat it, especially a car that looks like this and sounds like this. So make sure to subscribe to our channel, guys. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends. Thanks again for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're in Mesa, Arizona, reviewing a 2010 Camaro SS RS.
2012.
Oh, this is 2012?
Yeah.
Oh, that fucked everything up. I did research. All right, we're rolling. Don't say anything dirty.